what's going on, everybody? This is a Butt Naked Honest at Butt Naked Honest on Instagram post. So, adults only, get away from the kids. Okay, with that said, welcome. Make sure you follow Butt Naked Honest on Instagram. And this is Wednesday. So it's Wedding Wednesday. Wedding Wednesday. I know some of y'all are like, oh, Troy, look, we don't gotta have a piece of paper. Shut up. It's not Wedding Ceremony Wednesday. It's wedding. The word wed means to join, to unite, to combine, to commit. Same thing with marriage. You hear a marriage of organizations, of companies. It's coming together. Marriage and to wed is to come together. The wedding ceremony is something totally different. So I want to make sure you realize that if you join with somebody, you should actually be wedding them. Wedding, joining together every day. Wedding Wednesday. One of the key words in wed is we. Teamwork. Remember, that's one of the biggest things I'm going to be pushing for the couples and people that want to start dating and stuff like that. Make sure you're joining with people that you want to be in a team scenario with. If you've ever played a sport, when it comes to teamwork, it's all about being on the same team. Whether you have the same beliefs or not, when it comes down to playing together, when it comes down to getting focused together, you move forward together as a team. We, wed, join, commit. Get it? Got it? Good. Wedding Wednesday. Today's tip is about communication. One of the things you want to do, especially if you've been going through this quarantine like everybody in the world has, COVID-19, 2020 has been off the chain, uprising. Excuse me. The one thing you want to know is that when you come home, or when you stay home, because I don't know where you were going. When you're home in the place that's supposed to be your haven, the place of peace, that you have peace. But sometimes you're going to have arguments, disagreements. Two different people think two different ways sometimes. So communication is very key. And one of the tools I learned a long time ago that helped tremendously in my relationships, all of them, romantic or otherwise, is taking time. Well, for one, lower your voice. You know, somebody, lower your voice. But let's start with tone control. I talk about it in Butt Naked Honest. By the way, click the link in the Butt Naked Honest IG bio. Go to Troy Barling's Live, get your book. And if you DM me, you get a free ebook, so you can start using this tool immediately. But one of the things that I always talk about is tone, knowing your levels, knowing your fight rules. Every fight, if it's a sanctioned fight that's supposed to have a purse, it's supposed to have rules. And I say sanctioned fight, I talk about boxing, sports analogies, blah, blah, blah. But when you're fighting or arguing in a relationship and you two don't plan on getting divorced, that's not in it. You take the D word out of the relationship. I suggest most people take it out early off. Some of you may have prenups, some of you are different. Going into marriage or wedding, my suggestion is that you take divorce off the table. Not saying it doesn't happen sometime. We gotta be real. But if you take it off the table, it's more unlikely that you head towards that direction every time something happens. Got me? So when you're communicating, got an argument going on. You're not on the same page. You're trying to get on the same page. It's not happening. Take a beat. If you say something, and 9 times out of 10, when you say something in the midst of an argument, the other person is not hearing what you intended. They're hearing like they hear. Or they're hearing to respond. Because it's an argument. It's tit for tat. Oh yeah? Well, I don't think you understanding my point. Okay, go ahead and say what you got to say. They're not listening. Anybody saying what you got to say and they fold their arms? Any body language. If they say what you're saying, if it's an empathetic tone, then that person may be listening. But 9 times out of 10, you have to stop when you hear it. It's like, that's not what I just said. I heard what you just said. It's like, okay, wait. Say these words. Baby, what did you hear me say? I guarantee you, most of the time, they didn't hear what you said. They interpreted what they heard. Then you can get a chance to reiterate. But make sure you're throwing words in like, hey, remember, we're on the same team. We're on the same team. When you start and you're about to go into a difficult conversation, try to start the conversation with, first off, I love you. We're on the same team. All right? Just a tip. Wedding Wednesday. You should be wedding, joining forces. One to twin situation, even, were they brother and sister? Well, anyway, joining, combining, uniting, wedding, Wedding Wednesday. All right? That's just a butt naked honest tip. Troy Rawlings here. Make sure you follow Butt Naked Honest right now. Go to the link in the bio, go to Troy Rawlings Live, pick up a copy of the book, Butt Naked Honest. It's just a tool, y'all. And if you need the tool immediately, DM me and I'll send it to you. Butt Naked Honest. And for you and your wife, another tool. When your wife, your mate, your hubby, your man, whoever you with, if you like some romantic, sensual, not all sexual, but sensual poetry, 100 Words in 30 Nights by T.L. Rawlings. That's me too. That's me. Check it out. Check it out. That's me talking to myself. It happens sometimes. It's sad, but you know. Big shout out to Diamond Dust Photography. Amazing photographer that does pictures like this. Oh, okay. That's enough. Wedding Wednesday. Today's thing, communication. Midst of an argument, disagreement, make sure you ask your mate, baby, what did you hear me say? All right. Love y'all. Peace.